By my count, there are 4 more trainers left on Route 32. But first, there's the matter of the Sooth Bell that's further down the route, which I want to give to Golbat. Oh, hold on a second. This guy wants to sell me a Slowpoke tail for $1,000,000. Well, my wall can't go up that high, so yeah, I can't take it. Not that I care anyway, because once you defeat Team Rocket at the Slowpoke well over in Azalea Town, that guy's gonna disappear. Anyway, today is Friday, and you know what that means. Frida Friday is here on Route 32, and she's gonna give you the Poison Barb, an item that boosts the power of Poison type moves by 20%. Also, if you fling the Poison Barb at a opposing Pokemon, that Pokemon will get poisoned. Yeah, I just thought I mentioned that because I'm not really sure if too many people know about that. You'll be shocked how good it makes Poison type moves. Well, to be honest, I don't think 20% is really all that much power. Yes, I'm sure you do. Yes, I think I can agree, especially since a lot of people say thank God it's Friday, or TGIF for short. Union Cape ahead. Well, I'm not going to go there quite yet because there's still the matter of the trainers on this route that I haven't fought yet. Okay, if you just give me a second, I'm just going to equip the Sooth Bell onto Golbat real quick. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that in the original Heart Gold Soul Silver, this is the route where you would get the Shell Bell. But don't worry, the Shell Bell has been relocated to the spot where the Sooth Bell is supposed to be, at the National Park. Well, I assume the Sooth Bell was relocated here so that way you can evolve your Golbat a bit quicker, or something that evolves with Max Happiness. At this point in the game, I'm pretty sure the only Pokemon that evolves with Max Happiness is Chingling and nothing else. Now, there are 3 things I want to talk about today. First off, it's that 7-star Goodra again. Last video, I did say that you could use Electros to fight that thing, although I made a slight error with what I said. I said you could use Giga Drain to heal yourself, but I completely forgot that Goodra's ability is Sap Sipper, which will prevent Giga Drain from working, and instead give it an attack boost. Sorry about that, I guess I was so focused on healing that I didn't even think about Giga Drain triggering Sap Sipper. So I want to try this Electros moveset. Thunderbolt, Eerie Impulse, Acid Spray, and Protect. With its health item being the Shell Bell. Eerie Impulse, if you don't know what that move is, it harshly lowers the opposing Pokemon's special attack, which is pretty convenient since that Goodra is a special attacker. Yeah, I'm not really sure if too many people use that move since, well, I don't think it really shines all that much. And all the while, you could use Acid Spray to harshly lower Goodra's amazing special defense, and Thunderbolt for a lot of damage, and if Goodra were to get rid of your ability, you use Protect, so that way you won't feel the full blow of its Earthquake attack. Now, back in the Sprout Tower, I did get the Water Stone from the Elder, although there were some other options I could have chosen. Most notably, Espeon and Umbreon. Now, had I chosen Espeon or Umbreon, the Elder would have given me either the Obad Orb or the Serenade Orb. And I did say I was going to tell you something about those 2 words in particular. Well, actually, there's a significant and pretty fitting meaning behind those 2 words. So I'll start with Obad. So the definition is a poem or piece of music appropriate to the dawn or early morning, which is pretty convenient or rather fitting since, after all, when it's daytime and Eevee's happiness is maxed out, it'll evolve into Espeon. And now for Serenade. Noun. A piece of music sung or played in the open air, typically by a man at night under the window of his lover. Once again, it's pretty fitting since when Eevee's happiness is maxed out and you level it up at night, it's going to evolve into Umbreon. As for the other 2 items, the Chilled Ore and the Woodland Ore, well, I don't think I need to say anything about those 2 words since, yeah, I guess those 2 words in particular are pretty fitting since, after all, Chill, that's related to ice, and Woodland, that refers to, leaf or earth things like, say, trees, so yeah, it's pretty convenient that way. Now, something about the trainer rematches in this game. In Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you have to wait for the trainer you register in your Pokegear to call you, but in this game, you're able to have rematches against registered trainers at a certain time. And that's not all, because on a certain day and time, you can call a particular trainer and have a rematch with them. Not only that, but you can keep on rematching those trainers just by calling them. So it's either they call you for a rematch, or you call them for a rematch, so it goes both ways. I could be tempted to do that since, well, I know for a fact that a lot of trainers have improved teams, so yeah. depending on what my team members are, well, actually, once I get Larvitar later on in the game, I guess I'll rematch certain trainers so that way I can give it some experience points, so that way I can evolve it all the way to Tyranitar. Oh, come on, not this glitch again. Yeah, I saw it coming from miles away. Come on, go away. Thank you. Once again, sorry about that. I could do nothing about that graphical glitch, so you're going to have to live with it until the end of the game. I seem to recall that in the post game, I think someone's going to have either a Chansey or a Blissey on their team, and that makes me happy because, well, as you know, Larvitar is a Pokemon that's slow gaining experience points, so yeah, that could actually help me out in a way. Well, actually, all depends on the level of that Pokemon's Chansey or Blissey. Well, actually, I think the person I'm referring to is over on that route that's north of Mahogany Town. I don't seem to remember what the name of that route is called, since, yeah, there are quite a few routes in this game, so yeah, you can't expect me to remember all of them. All I know is, I could get quite a few experience points thanks to that one particular trainer. You'll see what I mean once I eventually get to that route, which won't be for quite some time. Now, as for other Pokemon you could use against that 7-star Goodra, well, I'm not really sure if you could use any physical attacking ice types. I want to say Glacier, or I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm not really sure what moves to give it because, can I even find it somewhere? I'm not too sure because I didn't really go after it. Well, I guess some other people could do that better than me since, yeah, I guess they're practically suckers for 7-star Pokemon. I know I am. Although, my knowledge when it comes to 7-star Pokemon isn't as good as other people. Oh yeah, about that Eevee's evolutionary stones, I was gonna say that you could evolve Eevee just with the Soothbell equipped to it, but then just remember that yeah, you could use those evolutionary stones to evolve Eevee into whatever evolution you want. Yeah, I guess I'm so used to the fact that Eevee evolves with max happiness, depending on if it's either day or night. Well, I will admit, I could have considered using one of the evolutions, like say, maybe Jolteon to take on Faulkner, but yeah, I'm only going for Lantern. Yes, I'm going to use a Lantern on my team, but that's not gonna come. That's not gonna come for quite some time. Espeon, well, yeah, I guess Espeon is a pretty good Pokemon for me to use, but I'm going to use Lugia later on. And then there's Umbreon. Well, I'm not too sure if I can work with Umbreon since all I can do is just defend and nothing else. Leafeon, have I ever used Leafeon before? I'm not too sure. And then there's Glaceon. I don't consider Mono Ice to be very good, so yeah, I guess I could cross Glaceon off the list. And then there's Vaporeon. Well, that's practically saying that I'm going to use Jolteon, since I did just say just a few seconds ago that I'm going to use a Lantern. And Flareon, well, I'm not too sure if Flareon gets Flare Blitz in this game. And even if it does, well, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Flareon all too much. Now, back to that 7-star Goodra for a second. Yeah, last video I did say that maybe it could have been a Hisuian Goodra since, yeah, I'll be honest, I think Hisuian Goodra could provide a better challenge than regular Goodra. Well, if somehow Hisuian Goodra ends up being a Pokemon featured in another Terra Battle event, that's great. Well, hopefully it gets its hidden abilities since, yeah, when fighting 7-star Pokemon, I feel as though that they should have their hidden ability. Well, actually, it all depends on what the Pokemon is. I don't quite recall if certain Pokemon in particular get bad hidden abilities. Well, I'm not really an expert when it comes to certain Pokemon's hidden abilities, so yeah, don't quote me on that. Okay, I think that's all the trainers in this area of Route 32, so I'm going to move on to that Pokemon Center that I saw right before I talked to Frida. Well, I guess it's a pretty good pit stop since, yeah, I guess Violet City is, well, actually, I guess if you want to go back to Violet City to heal, you can. Okay, I'm just going to heal my Golbat real quick. Also, let's talk to the NPCs around here. That fisherman over to the left, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to give you the old rod in the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but in this game, I'm pretty sure he gives you something else. Yes, I do know that. Yeah, okay. Okay, it's gonna give me the TM for Water Pulse. That's good. 60 power move and a 20% chance of using the opposing Pokemon. Well, if I had a Water type Pokemon on me so early, then yeah, I guess I would consider using Water Pulse. Yes, how did you know? Okay, he's gonna give me something? Oh, what is it? Oh, Lure Balls, huh? One of the custom-made Pokeballs you get from Kurt, the Pokeball creator, over in Azalea Town. Well, I don't consider the Lure Balls to be any good, since the Net Balls and the Dive Balls are so much better. Oh yes, you could use the Lure Balls to catch Pokemon when you go fishing, but as I said, I think you're better off using either the Net Ball or the Dive Ball. Okay, saying what I just told you, you could get some custom-made Pokeballs from Kurt over in Azalea Town, which I'm not going to do for quite some time. Alright, what about you? Oh yeah, I guess I would do something like that as well. Okay, there's one more trainer left on Route 32 before the Union Cave, and it's this guy over here. I believe this guy was supposed to be a bird keeper back in the original Heart Gold Soul Silver, but this time looks like he's an ace trainer. Wow, they're not messing around this time. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to meet ace trainers a lot later on in the game, but looks like, Drano felt the need to throw in an ace trainer so early in the game. Have I ever been in a scenario like that? Well, I'm not too sure. Although I seem to recall that this guy gave me quite a bit of trouble back when I played Storm Silver for the first time, since, well, my team was slightly different back then. I think I had a Ghastly and I guess Bayleaf with me. Well, back then I didn't realize that Zubat now Golbat can learn Hypnosis leveling up, so yeah, that's why I didn't have Golbat with me at the time. Okay, looking at the environment, looks like Nature Power is going to turn to Earthquake again, which will be super effective on this Elekid. Yeah, I want to say that Nature Power is pretty OP as of this moment, or as of this point in the game, but I'm not too sure if that's really the case. I mean, I might want to use Nature Power since, well, I don't really consider it to be a very popular move. But I'll tell you one thing. It's definitely improved since Generation 3, because, well, actually, back in Generation 3, I'm pretty sure this would have been Earthquake as well. Although, if I was in a building, I'm pretty sure Nature Power would turn to Swift. And yeah, that definitely wouldn't have helped me out against Faulkner. So yeah, I think Tri-Attack is a much-needed improvement. Maybe I could have used Golbat to take on that Nidorino, but I know for a fact that Earthquake's going to one-hit KO it. Okay, what else does he have? Oh, okay, that's something that Golbat can handle. Yeah, so my team, years ago when I played Storm Silver for the first time, yeah, for some reason I had a lot of trouble against this guy. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because his Staravia kind of gave me a bit of trouble because Ghastly can't touch it, and yeah, trying to use Bayleaf against a Staravia, yeah, I don't think that's a really good idea. Okay, at least I didn't have trouble with him this time. You know what, since I have some time left... Oh, hey, it's Faulkner. Okay, what does he want? I guess I'm doing fine. Okay, what is it? Bird Pokemon don't just fly with their wings, they soar through the sky because that's what they want to do with all their hearts. Okay, I'm not really sure if that was really, worth anything. Okay, as I was saying, since I have, some time left, I'm just going to go down here real quick because, well, now that I have my first gym badge, I can now go down here, and I'm pretty sure this lady's going to give me the Power Badge, just like in Renegade Platinum. Okay, I'm just going to scroll through this since, well, you saw this back in Renegade Platinum, so I don't feel the need to read this again. Okay, the Power Pad, which I could register my friends in it. Well, I can't do that since I'm using an emulator, so yeah, the Power Pad is just going to stay in my key items pouch. Okay, for these two, I'm pretty sure they said the same thing back in Renegade Platinum, so I'm not going to bother talking to them. Okay, so yeah, I guess Route 32 was a pretty short route. But for the Union Cave, well, yeah, I think it's going to be sort of long since, well, yeah, I'm going to be finding some wild Pokemon as well as some trainers. Okay, looking at the time I have, looks like I don't have any time to do anything else, so I'm going to save the Union Cave for next time. So join me then as I tackle the first official cave dungeon in the game.